Have you ever felt something within you quietly changing? Not loud, not dramatic, but subtle, like a soft vibration under your skin, as if your soul was whispering that something old is ending and something new is about to begin. Maybe there are mornings when you wake up before the world does. The air still heavy with silence, and you can feel your heart beating a little faster, as if it knows something your mind hasn't yet remembered. Maybe you notice your emotions moving like the tides. One moment overflowing with peace and gratitude, the next moment pulled into sadness or confusion, and you can't quite tell why. Sometimes you feel an invisible current moving through your spine, a tingling sensation in your palms, a gentle hum beneath your heartbeat, like the universe is playing its song through you. You might have thought you were tired or unwell or simply overwhelmed by life, but deep down something tells you, this is not illness, this is invitation. An invitation to look closer, to listen deeper, to trust that your body is not betraying you. It's guiding you. Each heartbeat, each tear, each restless night might not be a problem to fix, but a signal, a message from the deeper part of your being saying, wake up, something magnificent is unfolding. Have you felt it? That quiet shift when the world around you feels slightly out of sync, yet strangely alive. Colors brighter, sounds softer, time slower. As if you've stepped between two realities, can feel confusing, even lonely. You might look around and wonder if anyone else feels it too. That invisible pressure inside, that subtle pull towards something you can't name. But maybe, just maybe, what you're feeling is not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough. Your energy is stirring, your consciousness expanding, your cells remembering what they were always meant to be. The mind calls it strange. The ego calls it fear. But the soul calls it awakening. So if your world feels like it's falling apart, maybe it's only making space for something greater to come through you. What if every sleepless night, every heartbeat that feels too strong, every emotion that feels too much, is not a sign of something wrong, but a sign that your spirit is learning how to live inside your body again? Because awakening doesn't always come with peace at first. It comes with waves. It shakes. It burns away the false so that the true can rise. And maybe your body isn't breaking down at all. Maybe it's remembering how to hold more light. Maybe it's not falling apart. It's finally aligning. What if everything you thought was pain was really transformation? What if your body isn't breaking down, but waking up? 1. The silent awakening of your body. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when the body begins to whisper things the mind cannot yet name. Gentle signals, soft sensations, strange currents of energy that seem to move through you like a quiet river beneath the skin. It is as if your body, this ancient vessel that has carried you through every joy and every sorrow, has started to awaken from a long dream, stretching, remembering, breathing again in a deeper rhythm than before. You might feel it first as a subtle tingling in your palms, or a pulse in your spine that comes and goes without reason. Sensations that don't quite fit the ordinary story of tiredness or tension. Sometimes, there is warmth blooming in your chest, expanding like a sunrise trying to break through the clouds of the heart. And though you don't understand it, something inside you whispers, this is not pain, this is opening. At other times, exhaustion may wash over you without warning. Not the kind that rest can fix, but a deeper fatigue that feels like your cells are releasing centuries of weight. It's as though your whole system, from bone to breath, is recalibrating to hold a new frequency, one more aligned with who you are becoming. You see, your body is wiser than you think. It remembers what your mind has forgotten. It speaks in sensations, not words. In pulses, not logic. Every chill that runs down your spine, every heartbeat that quickens for no reason, every tear that falls without a story. It's all communication, a sacred language of the physical trying to speak to the spiritual. But because we were taught to only trust what we can see, we often miss the subtle language of our own transformation. We call it strange, we call it stress, we call it coincidence. The truth is simpler and far more beautiful. Your body senses shifts in energy long before your mind can make sense of them. It feels the unseen storms and gentle breezes of the soul before they reach thought. Just like the earth can feel the coming of dawn before the first light touches the sky, your body too feels the approach of awakening before your consciousness fully arrives. So when your heartbeat races, or your breath deepens for no reason, or your skin tingles with invisible warmth, pause and listen. These are not symptoms to fear, not signs of something broken, but signals. Sacred signals that your inner system is adjusting, that your energy is finding new pathways to flow through. The more you fight it, the heavier it feels. The more you listen, the gentler it becomes. Because the body doesn't want to hurt you. It wants to free you. This silent awakening is not chaos. It is choreography, a sacred dance of your cells learning the rhythm of light. It may not always be comfortable. Transformation rarely is. But beneath every strange vibration, every sleepless night, there is intelligence. A divine intelligence working in silence. The fatigue, the tingling, the heat, they are not random. They are messages saying, we are changing, we are remembering, we are aligning. So instead of fearing these changes, ask yourself, can you listen to them? Can you trust that your body knows the way, even when your mind doesn't understand? Because maybe, just maybe, the body you live in is not just a vessel. Maybe it's the first temple of your awakening, the bridge between heaven and earth, spirit and form. And in this moment, as you breathe and feel everything inside you moving, remember, your body is not against you, it's preparing you, it's helping you hold the light that your soul is calling in. Like the earth before dawn, your entire being is quietly preparing for the light. 2. The science of inner change. Modern science is beginning to whisper what ancient souls have been singing for centuries. That the human being is not just flesh and bone, but an ever-changing symphony of energy, thought, and light. For so long, we've been taught that change happens outside. That transformation is about achieving, doing, or fixing something. But deep inside your cells, another truth is quietly unfolding. Your inner world is the command center of everything you experience. Modern neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to reshape itself, to rewire every pattern, every emotion, every memory. But thousands of years ago, before the first lab existed, the Buddha already knew this truth. He called it awakening through awareness, the gentle art of transforming suffering into wisdom. When you breathe consciously, when you choose stillness over reaction, peace over panic, your biology listens. The rhythm of your heart begins to slow. The patterns in your brain begin to harmonize. You are literally rewriting your internal music. The scientists at the HeartMath Institute call this state heart coherence. When your heart and brain begin to speak the same language. And if the Buddha were here today, he might smile and say, yes, this is what it means to return home. Because each mindful breath is like knocking on the door of your own soul, reminding your body that it is safe to heal. Every time you let go of anger, every time you forgive, every time you choose compassion, you are reshaping not just your mood, but the very chemistry of your being. What once was heavy begins to lift. What once felt chaotic begins to find rhythm. What once was fear begins to bloom into love. So maybe enlightenment isn't a mountain to climb, or a distant realm to reach. Maybe it's already happening, silently, miraculously, in your very cells, in this very breath. When you truly understand this, every breath becomes sacred. Every heartbeat becomes a teacher, and your entire body becomes a temple of awakening. So ask yourself, if your body is already awakening, will you slow down enough to notice it? 3. When energy expands, emotions follow. There comes a time on the spiritual path when you begin to feel everything more deeply. Sounds seem louder, emotions more vivid, and even silence carries a pulse of energy that you can almost touch. This is the moment when your energy field begins to expand. When the subtle body that once felt quiet starts to awaken, stretching beyond what your mind can comprehend. As your light grows, so does your sensitivity. And with that sensitivity, everything buried within you. Old pain, forgotten memories, echoes of emotions you thought you had outgrown, begins to rise again. It's not punishment. It's not regression. It's cleansing. Imagine walking into an attic that's been locked for years. Dust fills the air. Old boxes wait to be opened. At first, it feels uncomfortable, but soon you realize the mess was always there. You're just finally seeing it. This is what awakening does. It turns on the light in the attic of your soul. And when light enters, everything that's been hidden begins to show itself. The pain you feel isn't new. It's just been waiting for your awareness, waiting for your compassion. So when sadness rises for no reason, when tears fall without warning, don't rush to fix yourself. Don't push it away. These emotions are not here to break you. They are here to free you. Every emotion carries a message. And when you listen, truly listen, it begins to dissolve into understanding. This act of witnessing, not judging, not fixing, just being present, becomes the sacred bridge between pain and peace. In that moment of awareness, your pain begins to soften, like ice melting under the warmth of the sun. The more you allow yourself to feel, the more space you create within for peace to enter. Because in truth, emotions are just energy in motion. And when that energy is allowed to flow, it transforms into wisdom. So the next time your body trembles with sadness, or your heart aches with longing, remember, it's not a breakdown, it's expansion. It's your soul stretching, clearing space, preparing to hold more light than ever before. What if your tears are not signs of weakness, but your soul's sacred way of cleansing, of washing away what no longer belongs? What if every tear is a prayer, a soft surrender to something greater, a quiet whisper of your spirit saying, I am ready to heal? Perhaps the pain that once felt unbearable is simply the sound of your soul breaking open, not to suffer, but to make space for love to enter. So don't rush this process. Don't force it to end. Let it flow through you like a sacred river, knowing that when it passes, what remains will be pure, peaceful, and luminous. For the earth connection, there are moments when your soul begins to crave silence. Not the silence of a quiet room, but the living silence of the earth itself. You might find yourself wanting to walk barefoot on the soil, to feel the heartbeat of the ground beneath your feet, as if something in you is remembering where you truly come from. Maybe you're drawn to sit beneath a tree, to watch the light shift through the leaves, or to gaze at the endless sky without needing a reason. These moments are not random. They are the earth calling you back, reminding you that your body and her body are made of the same elements, the same breath, the same song. The same magnetic field that embraces the planet flows through your own body, pulsing through your heart, your breath, your energy. When you lie down on the grass or rest against a rock, your energy field begins to synchronize with the rhythm of the earth, your heartbeat aligning with hers. It's as if your cells sigh in relief, whispering, yes, this is home. When you breathe deeply outdoors under the open sky, you're not just taking in oxygen. You're inhaling the balance of all creation. Every breath becomes a dialogue between your soul and the earth, a silent exchange of trust, healing, and remembrance. The wind that touches your face carries whispers from the mountains. The ocean waves that echo in your mind carry memories older than time. The trees that sway beside you are not just alive. They are your teachers, rooted in stillness yet always reaching for light. Every time you touch the earth, every time you feel the texture of soil or the coolness of stone, something ancient in you awakens, something that remembers unity. You begin to realize that the same pulse that moves the tides, that makes the leaves dance, that shapes the clouds, is the same pulse that moves within your own heart. The earth is not just a place you live on. She is a living being breathing with you, holding you, teaching you balance. So when you feel lost or overwhelmed, step outside. Let your bare feet meet the soil. Let the sky remind you that you are infinite, yet held. Sit under a tree and listen. Truly listen. Beneath the rustle of leaves, you may hear your own spirit answering back. Because grounding isn't about returning to the world. It's about remembering that you and the world have never been separate. Each step you take upon this earth is sacred. Each breath a silent prayer of connection. Each heartbeat a shared rhythm with the universe itself. Can you feel it? The quiet hum beneath your feet. The invisible heartbeat beneath all things. the gentle pulse that says, "You are not alone. You are home." 5. How to flow with the upgrade. Every transformation, no matter how beautiful, begins with resistance. Because the old version of you, the familiar thoughts, the known emotions, they fear dissolving into the unknown. The more you fight it, the heavier the process feels. Like swimming upstream against a current that only wants to carry you home. But the moment you surrender, truly surrender, something miraculous happens. The current shifts from struggle to flow, and you begin to glide effortlessly through the rhythm of your own becoming. Awakening is not about forcing change. It's about allowing it. It's not about trying harder. It's about softening deeper. Support your awakening by living gently, not as a demand, but as an offering of love to yourself. Start your day in silence, before the noise of the world enters, and let your first breath be a conversation with your own soul. In that silence, you reconnect with the stillness that lives beneath every thought, the calm ocean under the waves of the mind. When stress rises, don't run from it. Just breathe into your heart. Place your hand there, feel its rhythm, and remind yourself that peace is still possible in this moment. Your breath is not just air. It's energy, it's presence. It's the bridge between your body and your awareness. Speak kindly to yourself, because every word you whisper, every thought you repeat, your body hears and believes. Imagine if your body could speak. What would it say? Perhaps it would thank you for every gentle word, for every moment you chose patience over pressure. Ground your energy through movement, through touch, through gratitude. Because grounding is not about coming down. It's about coming home. Walk slowly. Feel the texture of life under your feet. Notice the wind, the colors, the sounds. They are all speaking to you in the language of presence. Let gratitude be your anchor, because gratitude turns even the smallest moment into a sacred ceremony. And remember, this isn't about becoming someone new. It's not about chasing light or perfection. It's about remembering who you already are. The light beneath the noise, the peace beneath the doubt. Beneath every fear, every struggle, there's a quiet voice that has always been whole, always been wise, always been waiting for you to listen. Transformation is not an achievement. It's a return, a remembering that you were never separate from peace, you just forgot its sound. So the next time your heart feels heavy, instead of tightening, can you soften? Instead of controlling, can you trust? Because every time you soften, the energy begins to flow again. Every time you trust, life begins to breathe through you instead of against you. This is how you flow with the upgrade. Not by fighting, but by dancing with it. Not by becoming someone else, but by remembering that you've always been enough. Can you feel it? The universe gently whispering through every breath, asking you not to rush, not to resist, but simply to allow. Maybe the greatest act of awakening is not doing more, but finally fully allowing yourself to be. When your body feels heavy, when your emotions rise and fall like unpredictable tides, when you can't explain what's happening inside you, stop fighting it for just a moment. Pause. Take a slow, gentle breath. Let the air fill not just your lungs, but your entire being. Let it travel through your heart, your mind, your soul, reminding you that even in confusion, there is rhythm. Even in discomfort, there is purpose. This is not chaos. This is transformation. What you call strange might just be your old self dissolving, like night fading before dawn. What feels like pain might be the stretching of your spirit as it grows beyond what it used to be. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open into a greater, deeper version of yourself. The truth is, awakening rarely feels peaceful at first. It feels like being pulled apart, only to discover that what's falling away are the illusions, not you. So when your body shakes, when tears come for no reason, when silence feels both empty and sacred, breathe. Breathe through it all. Remind yourself with tenderness. This is not chaos. This is evolution. The butterfly never cursed the cocoon for being too tight. It simply trusted the process. You are not losing yourself, dear soul. You are meeting yourself, fully, clearly, for the first time. Every emotion, every tremor, every breath. is a doorway back to who you've always been beneath the noise. Feel that for a moment, the quiet miracle of being here, alive, conscious, transforming. That's your soul whispering, "I'm home." If this message touches your heart, let it sink in. Take a deep breath and send love to your body. Every cell, every heartbeat, every part that's been holding your story with so much courage. Thank your body for walking with you through the fire and the light, through the endings and beginnings. It has carried your soul faithfully, even when you doubted your own path. And if this message resonates with you, maybe share it with someone who needs a reminder too. Someone who's quietly awakening but doesn't yet have the words for what's happening inside. Because your awakening is not random. It's not a coincidence. It's your soul remembering its own light. The light that's always been there, waiting to be seen again. And as you listen to these words, maybe close your eyes for a moment. Feel the rhythm of your breath, the soft pulse of life moving through you. That's your connection to everything. To the earth, to the universe, to the infinite consciousness that dreamed you into being. So breathe and smile. Not because everything makes sense, but because you're beginning to understand that you are part of something much greater than your mind can ever explain. Your awakening is not a storm to survive. It's the dawn that was always meant to rise. Your soul is remembering its own light, and this, my friend, is just the beginning.